The Greenwich Board of Estimate of Taxation has approved a $411 million municipal budget for the upcoming fiscal year, but the BET did not approve the town's request for additional fire personnel, something First Selectman Peter Tesei says is disheartening.
There are a total of 6 stations in town, and presently 3 of them have more than 2 firefighters stationed there. So this proposal would have equalized the staffing to 3 personnel at the 6 town stations.
4 is really the level that we'd like to get to in these stations and all of our apparatus.
Assistant Fire Chief Robert Kick says he has worked his way up through the ranks on a 2-person apparatus and knows the difficulties of this situation.
It's hard for them to arrive on a scene at a fire and then stand there and wait for sufficient personnel before they can act. It's not in our blood, it's not in our training.
But BET Chairman Michael Mason says the board has questions about the town's request. He says the board wants to see career and volunteer firefighters working together and wants to see a clear path of action for staffing.
Nobody's trying to frustrate anybody. We're just trying to find out where do we want to go, what's the end result, and how do we want to handle this?
But Tesei says the town has had a clear path since the early 2000s.
Sadly, I think we've only made progress in some cases when something bad happens.
Part of this path is the addition of a fire station in the northwest corner of town.
Response times up in that quadrant being 10 plus, 12 plus minutes. That's also a significant hazard to those people in that area.
But this was not put in the budget for the upcoming year.
The fact is, we're not going to negotiate acquisition of property through the budget.
We're going to continue a quarterly dialogue with the fire department. And I think before you commit on a program that could, impact the budget by 1.5%, I think you need to, you need to be ready for it.
Only 3 of the 12 members of the BET motioned to approve the proposal for additional personnel. In Greenwich, I'm Taylor Knight for It's Relevant News.